Welcome to Britt's Pub on this beautiful Minnesota morning. I'm Chris Lidholm, play-by-play announcer for the NSC Minnesota Stars. Welcome you, thanking you for joining us here. Today's a big day for soccer in Minnesota as we start our 22nd consecutive year of professional soccer in the state of Minnesota. Our speakers today will be Aaron Davidson, CEO of the NASL, Barclay Cruz with the National Sports Center, Jorn Buchholz, CEO of the NSC Minnesota Stars, and Manny Lagos, head coach and director of soccer operations for the NSC Minnesota Stars. Just after the gentlemen speak, I'll let you know that you will have a question and answer session following all of them speaking. So I'd like to start by introducing Aaron Davidson, CEO of the NASL.
Thank you. Everyone can hear me well?
Actually, for us to hear you, have to be there.
Okay, perfect. Go. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the warm reception, at least in Brits. Not that much outside, but it's good contrast for us from Miami, even though we had some cool weather this winter. It is really, the last couple of days here have been just further proof to me that we're making the right decisions here in Minnesota and as a league. So I thank everyone in the community, the NSC, bringing back Manny Lagos, Jorn Buchholz, gentlemen from the NSC that have helped us the last year, and just frankly everyone I've met in the community. It's my second time in Minnesota. Came here a couple of years ago while the beer garden was being built at the NSC facility, and felt there's a reason why soccer has been around here for so long. So again, thank you for that. I wanted to start a little by saying I know league representatives over the years haven't been here, and I think it's a big statement for the league and for the team to come together at this time. But I did want to start out by saying that this is a new era for soccer in North America, and this is, by the league and the team coming together, I want you all to view this more than a monologue from us today, almost as a town hall meeting. I've done this in Atlanta the last few weeks. I'm going to San Antonio on Monday, and in the past I know there's been a community board, and I think really we should revive that here, and Jorn can speak to that, Manny can speak to that. We're building soccer together here. This is not the league, it's not the federation, it's not the team imposing on the community what we want. We've got to hear you all out, the media, the fans, the sponsors, and really give you all what you want from Minnesota Pro Soccer. So for those of you who have followed sort of the saga and the soap opera of the NASL and USL over the last few years, in particular you have one of the guys who even the federation refers to as the Bible of soccer today, Brian Korstad, locally in your market. For inside Minnesota soccer to be the sort of the Bible for soccer and what people are looking to, including the federation, to hear the latest news is a great testament to how sophisticated of a marketplace you all have. So today I wanted to start out on behalf of the NASL as CEO, as acting CEO of the NASL, and tell you that we have made a conscious, express decision to work with the NSC and work with existing management, bring back management, to ensure the long-term stability of Minnesota Pro Soccer. You all have done a great job for 21 years. This is a place we want to be. It makes all the sense in the world for our league to be here. As you look at what we're trying to build out of the NASL, and I'll take questions about, rather than go into the history of how we got here as the NASL, we've got some fantastic markets. I think that's what we should all focus on, and some fantastic markets in the pipeline. And if you look at where soccer is, for all the headaches we've had the last few years, I think we should focus on the fact that these headaches are a reflection of the maturation of the game in this country. There's no question about it. MLS, what they've done is just phenomenal. And they've gone now to 19 teams, 18 in 2011, and the Montreal Impact in 2012. I think 4 of the last 5 teams from second division. So from the league we're inheriting and taking over and rebranding the NASL. So that's a testament to what's come from before. But the fact that we've had these headaches, those are just growing pains. That's just the reality. If we believe in what we're doing with soccer in this country and this league, those are just growing pains. We need to acknowledge them as that. And if we do, then we have great days ahead. When you have growth, you have to adjust. You got to change the paradigm, and that's what we've done with second division. Our ask as a league and as teams the last 4 or 5 years has been, we're the teams, we're the team owners, we're the ones risking millions of dollars, and it's not just us, it's those who came before us. Lots of great owners in the Minnesota market that came before us wanted this. The amount of people on the sidelines that have been cheering along, and at times maybe concerned that it was a challenge to MLS, but they've been there. Former owners, fans saying, we need this. Call it second division, call it NASL, call it whatever you want. This is the highest level of pro soccer in the state of Minnesota, the highest level of pro soccer in all of our markets. We need to support it, and in order to build a real strong, vibrant league, we needed a league that we as the team owners controlled. So today, we sit with a new NASL. Obviously, that was one of our good fortunes, and again, I'll take questions about how we came across the name, and we're able to bring it back, but we're very grateful to it, and we're going to respect its heritage and its history, and know that this is a different time. We can't bring back the old NASL, but we're going to give it the respect it deserves. But if you look at our markets, Puerto Rico, one of the best performing soccer teams in North America and the CONCACAF region the last few years, probably much to the surprise of a lot of people, especially not soccer fans. Baseball country that's turned it, but that shows you the power of soccer. Soccer, and I work a lot in soccer in Latin America, and I'll tell you, the traditional baseball countries in Latin America, they can't stop the strength of soccer. They've all become, Panama, Venezuela, overwhelmed by soccer, just like Puerto Rico. So having Puerto Rico, the Islanders, as part of the new NASL is just phenomenal. Obviously the Miami team, which this year will become the Strikers, and I know that has a history near and dear to you all here in Minnesota, and we'll respect that as well. The Tampa Bay Rowdies, which came back last year, the Carolina Railhawks, the Montreal Impact, which again are going MLS next season, but they still remain committed to what the NASL stands for and want to continue to field a team in this league. That's what they realize, the relationship between first and second division. Then obviously the Minnesota team, NSC Minnesota Stars, and Edmonton. So just phenomenal markets, and San Antonio coming on board in 2012. And we have a new team coming aboard in 2013. We haven't announced which one yet. But we have a lot of teams in the pipeline. But the one thing I'd like to emphasize about that, because where we came from and where we want to go. MLS started, I believe, at 10 teams. They had to contract to 8 or 12 and contract to 10. Apologize if I don't have that fact exactly correct. We don't want to be there. We want to start with a stable foundation of 8 teams and grow it from there. So for all of you who ask, are we committed to Minnesota for the long haul? Absolutely. You all have 21 years. So Minnesota, we're here for the long haul. Great market, great business community, great fans, sophisticated media. So we're all about keeping Minnesota alive and making it thrive and taking it to the next level with the league. So if we look around, 8 solid markets, great pipeline, methodical growth. We're not going to grow beyond our means. We're going to be smart about our growth. The idea short term is going to be to stabilize Minnesota, Carolina, you probably read a little bit about in the press, Atlanta, the company that I started at, Traffic, and still run the office for this region. We do own the team in Miami, in Atlanta, and we will be investing in Carolina, and we're a big driver of the league. But again, let's look back to what MLS did. You need a strong company, and Traffic's been a leader in soccer for years to really drive growth, and that's where I believe I'll harken back to what I started with. These are growing pains, signs of the maturation of the game. For a company the size of Traffic out of Brazil, which has run the biggest soccer events in the Americas, to stand behind the NASL is a big deal. And we believe in the owners around the table and the owners who are coming, and the management and the NSC. What the NSC has done, I do need to lend my hand to them. The NSC stepped in at a time last season where we were putting the final bolts into place for the NASL. And I don't think they fully were aware of what was going on with the Minnesota Thunder in the league. And when they were apprised of what we were planning for the NASL, they stepped up. They saw the vision, they stepped up. But we all recognize what they are. They're a phenomenal community-based organization here, nonprofit that has done great for Minnesota here and abroad with the USA Cup and all the fantastic sports events they host that give you all great exposure and great reputation around the world. So hats off to what they've done over the years and what they did for this last season for the league, for the NASL, and the NSC Minnesota Stars. No shame. At the end of the day, they don't have the wherewithal based on the standards that were established by the Federation that we asked for to continue funding the team. But we believe we have a great partner in the NSC going forward, a phenomenal facility, the right management in place, and that the NASL is headed the right direction. So with that, I'll turn it over to the NSC to tell you a little bit about what they've been up to, why they believe this is the right transition. Manny Lagos, and maybe I'm stealing a little of Chris's thunder. But again, question and answer, absolutely open to it, and thanks again for the support.